Through so many big opportunities in my life, my feelings of awe and gratitude were covered by a steaming pile of self-criticism. And instead of enjoying the ride, my mind would instantly list all the evidence it could find to show how I'm not good enough, how I'm not qualified enough to be here. And if you couldn't find any evidence, it would make it up. Chances are that if you've been approaching life with a head on, if you've been taking on new opportunities and new challenges, you are intimately familiar with the imposter syndrome. So today's video, I want to share with you 11 spiritual principles that have helped me transform my mind and catch myself when I'm entertaining the imposter syndrome to be real and cluttering and taking me away from the opportunity to have access to the spiritual heart. Spiritual principle number 1. When we get swept up by anxiety, feelings of unworthiness, of unease, it's so hard to remember that's only a part of us that's experiencing that. So take a moment to just acknowledge and say, a part of me feels anxious, a part of me feels unease, a part of me is being very critical, and that in itself will help to diffuse the imposter syndrome narrative and will give you access right back to the spiritual heart. Remember this, the anxiety you're experiencing is not your entire experience, it's only a part. Spiritual principle number 2. The self-criticism journal. This is kind of epic because if you write out the narratives that are coming through your mind as they come, you can read it later and just see how ridiculous they are. Number 3, reframe doubt to positivity. Reframe negativity to positivity. Instead of saying, I don't know anything, say, I know enough and I am enough. Because remember, your thoughts are changing the architecture of your brain and your thoughts are proliferating feelings of confusion and feelings of uneasiness. So take a moment to use your internal dialogue to help you access the language of the spiritual heart. Principle number 4, don't underestimate how brave you are. Bravery is an innate quality that we all have. It's an innate language of the spiritual heart. And when you take one step forward, when you are scared, you are actually helping everybody else as an invitation for them to be brave too. So don't underestimate the power of how much you're actually helping the collective by taking one step forward. Principle number 5, tough love one. Remember, everyone that we know, everyone that we love will die at some point. So do the thing you're asked to do. Step up, step through, go at it. You got it. What's the worst that can happen? Principle number 6, do not wait for permission. Do not let credentials hold you back. Remember this, success is much more than a diploma. Principle number 7, record all the good interactions you've had. Because remember this, the brain is more likely to remember the negative interactions over the positive ones. So keep a file on your phone, on your computer of all the positive interactions you've had. If you ever need a reminder, you have access to it right there. Spiritual principle number 8, stop comparing. Comparison is death. Comparison and competition keeps you trapped and imposter syndrome. Principle number 9. This one is foundational for any internal transformation. Daily meditation practice is a must. If you want to have access to an observational, to a witness perspective, if you want to be able to look at the feelings and emotion thoughts and not be completely swept up and taken by them and believing them to be the truth of who you are, you need a meditation practice. When you actually have this witness perspective, when emotions, feelings, and thoughts show up, you have access to the language of the spiritual heart, where courage, compassion, wisdom, patience show up. So please, for the sake of us all, meditate every day. Principle number 10. Your feelings are real but not true. Your imposter syndrome may be feeling very real as it arises, but it's not true. It's not true because it's not a complete depiction of your reality. You have access to feeling different. You have access to emoting differently. You have access to acting different. You have access to thinking differently. That is you taking agency of your life. Although certain feelings may feel very real, they're not. Principle number 11. Write out a list of all the things you appreciate about yourself. And if you're having a hard time, call a friend and say, hey, I'm having imposter syndrome. Can you tell me the things you appreciate about me? Thank you.